All right, let's chat with Dana Osgood and your weekend forecast. Overall, it seems like we have a pretty good weekend ahead of us.
Yeah, I think so. I think both days end up being pretty nice. If you want a little more sunshine in the afternoon, I think Saturday is your day. If you want some clouds around, and then you got Sunday.
See, we get both.
Exactly. It's
weekend.
a little bit for everyone. So our high temperatures today, we were able to get a little bit warmer after we started out quite chilly once again. Got into the mid to upper 40s closer to the coast, but pretty chilly up in areas of northern Maine that saw a disturbance move through earlier today. Temperatures there remained in the 30s for much of the day. So we have this little system that passed mostly to our north, but it did bring a couple of snow showers, mainly north of Baxter State Park. Not too much going on up there. It is a fairly moisture-starved system, and that's going to be the name of the game as we talk about the next one that comes in too. I do want to point out that it's going to be a little bit breezy throughout the day tomorrow. Not overly windy, but wind gusts in the afternoon getting to about 20-25 miles per hour, so you might notice it after a couple of days of very calm winds. So as we go into the day tomorrow, we will start out the day with some cloud cover, which means our overnight low temperatures tonight are not going to be as cold as they've been lately. Most of us will be dropping down into the upper 20s to low to mid 30s. And then we have a little bit more sunshine as we go into the afternoon hours tomorrow. And then we have a little bit of a flip-flop as we get into Sunday. So Sunday we start out with some sunshine, but we do increase our cloud cover pretty quickly. So if you want to see the sun on Sunday, I think you're going to have to be up pretty early in the morning. And we increase our cloud cover ahead of our next disturbance, which is another one that's going to be pretty weak and pretty moisture starved. We might end up seeing some more snow showers in an area like Vermont or upstate New York, but by the time it gets to us here in Maine, you might see a little flurry late on Sunday into early Monday morning, but not really expecting much there at all. Monday then ends up being a cloudier day to start, but we will see a little bit of sunshine, especially in southern Maine in the afternoon. The next one that we're watching is one that's a little bit tricky, and it sort of includes the Thanksgiving forecast. So this next system will come in on Tuesday night. There might be a tiny bit of wintry mix in areas of the higher elevations or of northern Maine, but I think this system will be warm enough that most of us remain rain entirely. So a couple of rain showers during the overnight hours on Tuesday, and then Wednesday we end up staying mostly dry, but there could be a couple of rain showers around. And this model here pulls this system out really quickly, and then we end up with a dry Thanksgiving, but a cold and windy one. I do want to note that one of our models does hold that front a lot slower, and it gives us some rain on Thanksgiving, but I think we're going to discount that entirely because it's really on an island. So right now we're going to go with a clear Thanksgiving, but again, it's going to be cold and it'll be a little bit windy. Marine forecast sees 2 to 4 feet, small craft advisory there. So here's a look at that 7-day forecast. So as we go into the weekend, like we said, it's a little bit of something for everyone, a mixture of sun and clouds throughout the weekend. High temperatures are still going to be and continuing in this below average trend. In fact, a trend that will continue throughout much of the 7-day forecast. Perhaps a stray flurry in the beginning of the day on Monday, but not much to talk about there. The next system, Brian and Amanda, comes in. Obviously, that one's a little bit bigger. It is a warm front, so we'll be dealing more with rain than snow or wintry mix. And I think the Thanksgiving forecast is trending in the drier direction.
We'll take it.
Yes.
All right, Dana, thank you.